EPA WA meteorologist Bobby Martin with your outlook for June 30th, 2025, the final day of the month of June. And Kinsley's Family Market in Broadheadsville, Monroe County, Pennsylvania sponsors the Monday video forecast. Grill into graduation. Summer is heating up, and so are the savings at Kinsley ShopRite. Whether you're celebrating your recent grad or just firing up the grill, they've got everything you need to make your backyard bash unforgettable. Butcher cuts of meats and fresh farm produce. It's a great time to stock up this week with, of course, the Independence Day holiday weekend upon us. Nothing says summer like the sizzle of the grill and the smell of a backyard barbecue. See you soon at Kinsley ShopRite, proud longtime sponsor of the Monday video forecast. So we are going to invite some scattered showers and thunderstorms back in the picture today and again tomorrow. Different processes, though, in each case. Most of this weekend, for a lot of areas, was a completely dry weekend for the first time in a long time. Some areas on Saturday did, in fact, get into some storms that ran across the southern part of the state. That boundary that moved through stalled to the south on Sunday, leading to a pretty nice day for most of the area, except for maybe the southern half of Delaware and parts of Maryland. But that was off to our south yesterday. That is going to be coming back northward as a warm front today. And this whole mess here is an area of low pressure that is sitting up here. There's a cold front back here that's going to come through on Tuesday. And there's a warm front boundary that's situated like this. So that warm front is going to be moving northward. It's going to be taking its time doing so, but it's going to be most notable this afternoon as it starts moving to the north, and it's going to come through overnight. Tonight, so we're going to have that warm front move through the region, and then tomorrow we'll have the cold front move through. There is scattered showers and thunderstorms that are going to form along that boundary as it moves north and east, and again, some of that's going to occur overnight as well. And then when we get to Tuesday, we have scattered showers and thunderstorms. I think with two different features, not only the cold front, but there may be a prefrontal trough ahead of that could fire some storms as well here on Tuesday afternoon and evening. So here's the NAM high-res future simulated radar. I'm starting this off at 2 o'clock in the afternoon today, and you see just some isolated stops popping up here. Not really too much, but as we move through the afternoon, this starts to increase in coverage as that warm front starts moving north and east. Okay, we get some moderately unstable environment here across the region that could lead with higher dew points. It could lead to not only since there's high precipitable water content in the atmosphere, you could have some heavy rain with these. This is a very familiar scene here where you have an opportunity for an isolated storm going a little bit stronger, but it would be involving like a wet microburst or a downdraft in one of the heavier cells. Most of this is not going to be severe, though. Storm Prediction Center does have a marginal risk across the region as that warm front moves through our region today, which I completely agree with, because again, a marginal risk speaks to the isolated nature of what we're expecting here. Not a lot of shear, so these aren't going to be moving very fast. They'll be slow moving, heavy rain producers. And that is going to limit the severe potential. But any one of those, if they get a little bit more robust, could produce a localized downburst, and that's over a very small area, or microburst, wet microburst, with heavy rain potential. So this is going to be populating this afternoon and then moving off to the north and east. You can see some heftier cells within that. Once we get past sunset, there's going to be a pseudo line here forming out here in central PA, moving northeastward. That is ahead of the actual front, and that is the front moving now. This is the one front moving north and east, and there could be some scattered showers and thunderstorms go throughout the evening, and a few scattered showers that result overnight as well before that lifts off to the north, and that will be north of the region, we think, on Tuesday morning. So we're going to start off partly cloudy today. The threat for those afternoon and evening storms, and then some of those showers, additional showers, continuing overnight. On Tuesday morning, we're also starting off with a mix of sun and clouds, and then in the afternoon and evening, we have the thunderstorm threat. Now, here's what the Storm Prediction Center has first. They have a marginal risk for the large area, part of our area, but they do have this slight risk area, which is all down here near the Delmarva, southeast PA, central and southern New Jersey, most of Delaware, and most of Maryland is included in this right now in the slight risk. Again, I have no problem with this, too, because you have a little bit better shear to work with here ahead of the front that's coming in on Tuesday. This is a cold front, but there's not a lot of steep lapse rates, meaning lapse rates are your drop in temperatures you go up in height. So for every kilometer, you'll see a number there. You'll see like, 8 degrees Celsius per kilometer. That's how much the temperature drops as you go up for every kilometer in the atmosphere. Okay, this time of year it's hard to get steep lapse rates unless you have a really wicked cold front coming through with a lot of cool air behind it. And that's not going to be the case. We are going to go from on Tuesday, we'll kind of be in the, say upper 80s for highs. It doesn't change on the opposite side of front. It's pretty much the same. So you're not going from, 86, 87, 88 degrees today and then down to 70 the next day, which would make the lapse rates a lot steeper. So because of that, I don't think this will be a widespread outlook here for Tuesday. We'll continue to monitor this, but I think there is a better chance that we get something congealed, like a congealed line segment going here with a better shear to work with here on Tuesday. So I have no problem with their outlook there. And they may even categorically increase that as we get closer to tomorrow. We'll address that in tomorrow's video if that's the case and have an update on that as well. But here's what the NAM has this evening. It has a couple different features. You have some discrete cells and even a pseudo, like a semblance of a prefrontal trough getting going here. Okay, and along that you could have some more isolated to widely scattered discrete cells popping ahead of the main line, which of course is all the way back here. There's the cold front, right? So this is all prefrontal trough related ahead of it. So it is showing that there's going to be maybe some stronger storms along the prefrontal trough, but with the cold front itself, it's going to come in kind of late. So this is coming in during the afternoon and evening. This is looking at now 10 p.m. and is going to work its way off the coast here overnight. So once we get beyond this on Wednesday, no issues with precipitation whatsoever. On Wednesdays, this thing moves offshore by early morning on Wednesday in our far eastern areas, leading to a mostly sunny day here on Wednesday and lower humidity than you are going to see over the next 2 days. Okay, so the storm threat is really this week, for the most part, for most of the region anyway, going to be today and then again on Tuesday. Your most concentrated area. There is an opportunity once this cold front passes. Well, we'll say here's Wednesday with the mostly sunny skies expected across the region. And then Thursday, we have a system passing well off to our north. There's going to be another reinforcing cold front come through here. Might be an isolated shower or storm with that here on Thursday afternoon, at least in our northern areas. We'll continue to watch that too. I don't think there's going to be anything severe with that because we're too far removed from the best forcing. But this cold front is going to be very important because this comes through on Thursday. The next day, of course, is Independence Day, July 4th, right? And in the wake of that, we're going to have mostly sunny skies on Friday and much lower humidity. So we're looking at mostly sunny skies, temperatures in the lower 80s, 80 to 85 degree range instead of upper 80s to near 90. We're going to be it'll be a very nice day to be doing anything outside, grilling, so you can still swim at those temperatures, obviously. Any backyard, grilling or anything you're going to be doing should be a pretty nice day for that, and lower humidity, so you don't have to be out there just sweating, just sitting there. You know what I mean? It's gonna be one of those really nice days. And once we get to Saturday and Sunday, we're expecting partly cloudy skies over the weekend. That's right, this entire holiday weekend we're projecting dry conditions. Mind-boggling, just it's unheard of, right? We haven't had much of this. Now, some of you had that, of course, this weekend. I know I live in the Lehigh Valley. I didn't have anything this entire weekend at all. But some places did get some on Saturday. But there is an opportunity here that to go from that Friday, Saturday, Sunday holiday weekend period completely dry, which is almost unheard of. But that's what it's starting to look like. Okay, so Monday, Saturday, and Sunday mix of sun and clouds both days. There is a cold front approaching, but this is going to be just entering the Ohio Valley by Sunday evening, so that's not going to come through until late Monday. All right, so it looks like we're going to heat up over the weekend as well. So we start off with that decent day on Friday as far as temperatures and humidity is concerned, lower humidity, lower temperatures. Then we increase the temperature Saturday and increase it even further by Sunday. By the time we get to Sunday, we'll probably be cracking 90 in a lot of places again. But this cold front early next week is when the next time frame for this to come through is. That's going to be Monday afternoon and evening, not anything to do with this holiday weekend. So this has been consistently shown over the weekend run, so this is not something, they're kind of honing in on the time right now of this. So we get past Monday, Tuesday this week, except for maybe an isolated shower or storm Thursday. That's pretty much it for this entire week. But we're going to continue to follow, of course, the short range stuff here, which is dealing with today's activity here. Again, just a very isolated chance for severe today, but most of this is just heavy rain, slow moving storm producers, and that's it, going all the way through part of the overnight. And then when we get into Thursday, we have an opportunity during the afternoon and evening for some stronger storm activity with this next cold front moving through. I'm EPA meteorologist Bobby Martich. That is your outlook for June 30th, 2025. Have a great Monday.